There's an unruly crowd that's been gathering, although within the last few moments, the NYPD moved in and appears to have calmed things down. News Force Gus Rosendale's been looking at this. What do we know about this, Gus?
All right, David, Natalie, we've been monitoring the situation over the last couple of minutes here. We do know, as you talked about, a large crowd gathering in Union Square there. Our understanding is that this was something that's set off by a social media influencer, an influencer known by the name of Cenat, according to police, who was giving away PlayStations. Initially, 300 people had gathered in Union Square, and as you can see live there from shot before, the crowd has gathered. At this point, it does seem like the situation has calmed down a bit, but just a little bit earlier, as some people are still running there, but this is a scene a little bit earlier. You can see people in the crowd throwing what appears to be garbage at police officers as police pull away some barricades that have been torn down by members of that crowd. A closer look at some of that debris being thrown at members of law enforcement. At this point, the police are saying there is a large presence along East 14th Street, and people are being urged to avoid that area. Bear in mind, that's a major transit hub as well, and so there are also transit delays as well at this point there in Union Square. This back now to live pictures, and we can see the crowd going back and forth there. Police obviously very much outnumbered by this crowd, initially starting in the hundreds, though I dare say we've probably hit the 1,000 mark at the 4 o'clock hour here. The crowd, it seemed at one point, the police seem to have it under control. There seems to be in flux at this point. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, this unruly crowd gathering Union Square initially as a game station giveaway that had been organized online. People have been urged to come down by the organizer. Many people did, and now at this point the crowd has gathered and at times has turned somewhat violent, throwing things at members of law enforcement and also updoing the barricades that have been set up in that area. At this point, no word of any injuries or anything like that. Do hasten to say this is still, as you can see, very much a developing situation. Police advising people to stay away from Union Square at this point. Also keeping an eye on the transit delays this situation there may incur as well. David and Natalie will continue to follow this in the newsroom and bring updates during our newscast today.